Welcome to the G-Spot, partake in stimulating discussions that may lead to an arousal of opinion. I am your host, Majesty, and today I want to discuss the importance of gatekeeping because the sellouts is at an all-time high. And as much as I would like to think that this isn't being done on purpose, the one thing that's apparent is that there are many of us in the culture that don't respect it. We don't know what we're doing. We out here giving it out. So it needs to be said. Our culture is not for sale. Not the clicks, not the clout, not the profit, and damn sure not for the people who don't respect it, don't understand it, and don't protect it. This episode is called Culture Not for Sale because a lot of the things that are happening right now aren't accidental. And it's not just exploitation from the outside. A lot of what's happening right now is happening because we've made our culture accessible for profit. We keep asking why they keep taking our culture, diluting it, renaming it, and selling it back to us. But what we don't talk about is how often we give up the blueprint. When I say culture, I'm not talking about trends. I'm talking about language, style, music, humor, rhythm, creativity, survival instincts, community codes, and how we Black Americans can take nothing and make it into something. That culture. Our culture is what we created when we wasn't allowed access. Our culture is what made us feel human when the system was busy trying to strip that from us. So when people treat it like a costume, a soundbite, or a business model, when they make it content, that's the problem. I hate that we're living in this era where Black culture is constantly being extracted. Our slang gets monetized. Our aesthetics get rebranded. Our pain gets repackaged as entertainment. And our joy gets copied without credit. No credit. Just take. And somehow, the people who benefit the most from Black culture are the same ones who have the least connection to it. And please miss me with that whole, it's okay for them to appreciate our culture. It's not appreciation. It's appropriation with better PR. But my problem is not even with the outsiders. It's with our own people. We out here doing things for a quick check and wind up advancing everybody but us. Everybody get a piece of the pie but us. Just passing out pie. By the time it get back to us, crumbs. What we left with? Proving that it's our culture. From HBCUs to social media, from reality TV to music, from our language to our aesthetic. We just keep putting a price tag on the access to our culture, the behind the scenes, the how-tos. Basically just giving the sauce. You get sauce, you get sauce, you get sauce. And then we like to act surprised when someone else packages it, monetize it, and profit from it. And long-term profit, if I may add. I'm talking a big, nasty residual income. We give people the recipe to be us and then get mad when they build empires from it. And for the record, AAVE was not stolen. It was sold. And they rebranded it. And now it's known as Gen Z slang. Took the culture right up out of it and gave it to some generation. It belongs to a generation now. Same word, same cadence, same expression. Different owner. And instead of taking it back and tightening up on security, we just kept explaining ourselves, breaking down the culture piece after piece. To the people who was never confused by it, they were just opportunistic. Men aren't the only ones who love a damsel in distress. Apparently, Black people do too. Because all it takes is for some white woman to jump on social media and talk about how she need help doing her mixed baby hair. And here y'all go all willy-nilly giving out grandma's secret recipe. Excuse you? Are you okay? But this didn't start with social media. People have been taken from Black culture since the beginning of time. Music, dance, style, food, labor. All of it, from the juke joints to the mainstream stages, from our sound to their success. When Elvis wasn't busy being a pedophile and dating 14-year-olds, he was somewhere ducked off in the juke joints getting new music and new dance moves. Brands have been being built off Black creativity, Black innovation, and Black influence, and often without Black ownership or long-term benefits. The pattern is always the same. We create, we share it, they scale it, we complain, repeat. I talked about this last week. Reality TV is one of the clearest indicators of us selling out. We sell our dysfunction as entertainment. We monetize our chaos. We turn our arguments, our families, and our trauma into storylines. And then we wonder why the perception never changed. But this isn't about respectability politics. This is about leverage. Visibility without ownership is not power. It's exposure. And the truth is, some of us will do anything for said exposure, aka the bag. the Coings, the Monyo. I don't think we realize sometimes how much we've assimilated until Western civilization and Western way of thinking. We've pawned in our community mindset for some cheap ass individuality. We really let them trick us out our spot. We didn't inherit culture, we forged it. We created our culture while being excluded, criminalized, mocked, watched, and policed. So when y'all teach people our culture, giving them the right to do with it what they will, and then turn around and claim that they stole it, I'm confused. Because who gave them the recipe to the sauce anyway? We keep giving out the sauce and saving nothing for ourselves. We tell everybody how to talk like us, dress like us, dance like us, brand like us, and then get mad when they cut us out the profit. Why would I need you if you told me how to do all the things? I thought that was the point. Teach me to fish so then I can go and get the fish. Because culture without protection is a donation. Y'all donating the culture. And some of you are selling it. Some are donating, some are selling. You can't get mad when they take our rhythm and ignore our roots. Take our style but dismiss the struggle. Take our sound but silence the people. Some of us are literally out here giving full DIYs of how to be Black. I seen a video of a Black man stitching an unblack man's post where he was using AAVE incorrectly. This man proceeds to tell them they're using it wrong and then give them a layout, a play-by-play, how to use it, the context, the definition, how to spell it, when to drop the A. My only question is why? But I know the answer. The answer is because of profit, because of clickbait, because of it's for clout, it's for clicks, it's for monetization. All for the sake of making a buck. A little buck. Like a teeny, I'm talking about cents. Because TikTok don't be paying nothing, especially for small creators. You have to have millions of followers a lot of times to make real revenue on these platforms. Our own people be doing this for the hopes and the wishes of finally going viral. So sometimes they're not even doing it for money. They giving it out for free. They just handing it out. This isn't about gatekeeping joy or creativity. It's about discernment. Not everything needs to be sold. Not everything needs to be explained, shared, and monetized. Some things need to be protected because culture is power, but only when you stop selling it like it's a product and start treating it like it's an asset. Because although visibility feels good, recognition feels validating, and money feels necessary. I know somebody might want to argue with that. Like, Phil, no, I need money. No, you don't. Go live in the wild. Live off grid. People have done it. You can do it. My point is, not everything that is paying is worth the cost. Some deals come with erasure, misrepresentation, loss of control, and long-term damage to the culture itself. Just because somebody is willing to buy it, don't mean you should be willing to sell it. Okay? Stop selling it. Stop selling it. The culture isn't for sale. The culture don't belong to us as individuals. It belongs to us as a people. And being a part of that culture means that you are a steward, not an owner. And when you're in stewardship, you should be asking, who does this benefit? Who does this leave behind? What gets lost in translation? And what happens when it's become mainstream? Those are the questions we should be asking ourselves as Black culture before we go out and just say things and put everybody else in our business. Because if the answer to those questions is everybody, maybe we should be pausing. Just maybe we need to rethink this. And this isn't about isolation. I'm not talking about us just taking our culture and being isolated and segregated. Or am I? But that's not exactly what I'm saying. This is about respect, context, and accountability. I'm all for cultures being shared. Like, I love going and finding out new things about like Chinese culture and Japanese culture. Look, they be on one, a good one. But it should never be diluted and changed by people who wasn't even born with an invite to the cookout. Not everybody deserves access. Access denied. We need to start gatekeeping. And at this point, we know we the standard, the blueprint, the real influencers. Nothing is cool until we do it. With that being said, why do y'all keep releasing these new sayings before copywriting it? Sharing all of our ideas and designs, knowing damn well we're gonna wake up the next day and see it on some fast fashion website. No lie, that happened to me in real life. My designs was being sold on Walmart and everything. It was ridiculous. I had to send some cease and desists, but I should have just sued. Anyways, you live and you learn. When people come to my site, I can see exactly what part of the region they're in and so on and so forth. And to this day, I have foreign entities visiting my site, specifically my product page, but they never buy anything. They never put anything in their cart. They're simply there to see what is there that they can take. They're trying to see, what did I put out that they can use? And don't get me wrong, I understand that the precautions we have to take in order to protect our intellectual property is easier said than done. I get it. And some of us don't even realize the power we hold. We don't know what we bestow. Just like the Tenderism all. Tenderism is now copyrighted, and I guarantee you it wasn't by him. And that's that shit I don't like. I don't like it. The moment we found out that Unc didn't own that restaurant, we all should have blocked that page. He's become the Uncle Ben of barbecue. He's nothing more than a mascot at this point, even though that he made them as visible as they are. His face plastered everywhere with little to no pay. But see, the problem is y'all ain't sitting down making y'all kids watch Rosewood. Yeah, see, they don't know about the Ocoee Massacre. Y'all ain't giving them the game. Gen Z really said, we don't believe in gatekeeping, and been giving out recipe after recipe after recipe ever since. They're like that great grandkid that have no idea what grandma and them took to get us here. And when they arrive, they just start giving out the address to any and everybody. And I know it's them because a couple of years ago, more like 4 or 5, Gen Z was on social media being mad at certain business owners for not teaching them their techniques. Talking about, it's enough money for all of us. Excuse me? You mad that somebody don't want to give you what they had to work hard for? They had to study for it, pay for it, earn it, endured sleepless nights, stressed out. You just want them to give it to you. And I hate to do this right now because, I feel like it's a little bit off topic, but I blame Gen X. I'm sorry, Gen X, but y'all mainly raised the Gen Zers. And it seemed like y'all raised some entitled human beings that don't know enough about our history, so they're not able to see the cause and effect of their actions. So now the danger isn't just the outsiders exploiting our culture. The danger is we started doing it to ourselves. The call is coming from inside the house. When we trade depth for viral moments, when we flatten our history into hashtags, when we let the algorithm decide what parts of us are worth keeping, that's the dangerous part. That's the self-inflicted part. Me saying that our culture isn't for sale doesn't mean that our culture can't be appreciated. It just means our culture isn't on the auction block. It isn't to be sold to the highest bidder. Our culture survived all these years because we protected it. It thrived because we was intentional about it. And it matters because it carries our memory. Some things are sacred and should be honored. And some things are simply just aren't for sale. So maybe the question isn't, why do they keep taking from us? Why do they keep stealing our shit? Maybe the question is, why do we keep putting ourselves on clearance? Our culture is not a trend, it's not a tutorial, and it's not for sale. That's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in to the G-Spot. I am your host, G Majesty. If I managed to turn your opinion on, you know what it is. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease.